Hey, Janet Ranki, as always. Thank you so much for following me on YouTube. Thank you so much for following me on Facebook. I thought I can come here before you guys go to bed, or some of you, today is a weekend, you're enjoying your families. But as always, the video will be here today, tomorrow, a week from now. I just finished my job and I said, why not? Why not? I'm always busy, but not too busy to come on my page and discuss with you some of the things I'm going through and what I see. So, what is a good application? As the title says, what is a good, credible application? What does that even mean? This means something that can be trusted. When I look at your application, can I trust the application? Can I trust the person in front of me? And I've done enough studies and enough research, and I've been to enough classes now to know. And I've worked with so many of you now. I've worked with thousands, God knows how many. And thank you so much for your good wishes. I see them every day. And I'll go through what I've been posting on the pages, so that you understand why I do what I do, these things. Okay. Some of you say, Janet, where do you find the time? I create the time. I love your comments. Thank you so much. I create the time. You just have to create the time, my friends. Okay, I create the time. And number two is the experience. I see your problems, I see your successes, I see your frustrations, and through that, I get experience. So many of you have worked with you, so many of you have texted you in my lifetime. Okay. Honestly, if God was to open my phone and my internet, you will know that I've talked. By now, I'm heading towards thousands, if not millions. And I know you are somewhere listening and saying, Janet texted me one day. Janet wished me and my family well. Janet, whether it's 5 years, 7 years ago, 6 years ago. And now, in America, we say the chickens are coming back to roost. The chickens are coming home to roost. Okay, what does that mean? You reap what you sow. You reap what we sow. And so now we've sowed a lot of seed together. And the results are starting to speak volumes. When many of you are now in Canada and succeeding with your families, that is a seed. When many of you are now in America and you're succeeding, that is a seed. When many of you went to the embassy and failed, that is a seed. You understand why you failed and how you can improve your chances going next time. And let's talk about that today. Thank you so much. I love you so much in the comment section. Okay, let's talk about it. So, the first thing you want to do to trust your application, look at who you are. Let us not lie to each other. Let us not lie to each other, my friends. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Look at yourself. I'm going to say, my name is Janet Rangi. How old am I? That is the truth. What education do I have? That is the truth. What kind of bank statement do I have? That is the truth. Okay, so you start with the truth because, okay, people are trying to see the truth. I am trying to see the truth, so I will see it. So start there, you will never go wrong. Success starts by you asking questions on who am I? What are my strengths? Okay, so if I'm going for a student application, what am I looking at? Are they going to trust? What am I lacking? Did I rush? You rushed. Okay, you want a master's, but you rushed too quick. You want a loan, but you also want to be able to go to the embassy quick. So you did not put in the time to do the right things. Is that true? You did not put in the time to do practicing. So now let's say you put in the right information today. And thank you so much. By the way, can I just give out shout out to agents out there who do a good job? We don't give them enough credit. An agent is someone that people love to hate, but they love for life. Have you ever come to realize that? You'll talk about, people will talk about agents morning through evening, but they love them. For some reason, they change their lives. Okay, so agents who are out there helping people to go to Canada, come to America, congratulations. Some of you, I hope you watch Janet Ranki videos so that you can put good services on the table for the clients. Okay, because we are in this together. I received so many applications from the agents, and some of the agents are innocent. Sometimes you think they do things in a bad way, but they are not doing it in a bad way. So we have to stay positive. And some of these things I've started to correct. Even here in America, they do not have enough lawyers. They do not have enough immigration agents to do this job. Give me a second. Let me open the door. Don't go anywhere. I think it's the next door. Family is the next one. How about the other one? Good to see you. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay, bye-bye. All right. Yes. Okay, see you. I'm sorry. No problem. I'm back, guys. Thank you for waiting. That lady, I'm sure she's 95. She's she's on the old side. She's lost. You know, our houses look the same. So she looks like my neighbor's house this way and this way, they look the same. So I had to say, Mom, I'm used to them. One of them came here one day and I opened the door. I said, come and have tea. Sit here. And you know what? They came and sat. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't mean that. I was just trying to be nice. So anyway, I'm saying, please look at who you are. And I've been getting a lot of applications from agents. Okay. And some of these things I have to reconstruct the story again. So if you are to do anything with any agent or any person, if you are not doing anything on your own, the best you can do for yourself is to own your information. Own your information, because that way, if you fail, you know what you told the embassy, you know what you told the immigration, and that is usually a good starting point. I've done enough of this. I've met enough of you to know where the problem is. And the best I can do is to come and advise you as someone who cares and loves about you. Okay. Because some of the things you do, okay, can come and affect you later. And it's not bad. Sometimes some of the things have to be done, but it's good if you know. Not knowing, you will never win, because they can see what you put in. You're saying something else. How are you going to get? But if you know, and sometimes I like using real examples. Let me use a case study, because that's when you go to school and they use case studies, you'll never go wrong. Let me use a case study of a young woman, okay, who traveled to some distant countries when she was young, okay, in the maybe early 90s or 2000s, came to the United States and went somewhere in Europe. This is a person who has very strong history. Obviously, if they go to the embassy, their chances of getting a visa are very strong. However, the young lady loses her passport. So they do not have that passport. So they go and make an application through an agent. So if the agent makes that application, we don't know what the agent puts in the application, right? But when the client comes to me, what is a credible, good application? I treat that as a dissertation. Do you understand? Because it's about evidence. America and Canada is how you defend your evidence. Now let's slice that information. When you go to the embassy and they say we do not have evidence that you lost the passport, what can you do to fix that? What is a good, credible application? It means you go with pictures. Simple things like those. You should be prepared to produce that. Pictures are very, very good evidence. Let's say you traveled in 2005 and they're telling you you lost up. How do we know you're in America? And clearly you can show a picture of you at the Statue of Liberty. You can show a picture of you in New York City taking the subway. That is very good evidence. Let's think of another evidence. You came to maybe Jamboree. You came with a church group. Can you find one of the church elders who was there to write a letter saying that this church member came to the United States or went to the United States in 2005? The church wrote letters to 50 people who went to America. Can you find that pastor who can put a stamp and certify that? And even that pastor can find 2 or 3 people who have not lost the passport. They have not lost the passport. Can they produce a passport that had a visa during that time? And both of you, the pastor of the church writes a letter that there were students or members who went to America in 2005, right? Find people who were in that church who might be having passports and who can testify, and mothers who can testify that these kids were the same age, and write letters and put affidavits through lawyers. Stories pass. I've gone to immigration class. There are times when someone has to immigrate and they don't have birth certificates. Can a midwife, can a chief of that area say that a child grew? It's not the best evidence. A birth certificate is the best evidence because it's given by the state. But sometimes you can have stories of a neighbor who saw the girl struggling. Even let's say asylum cases where someone is claiming persecution. There are neighbors who watched. let me testify here. If someone came for this testimonial, sorry. I can give a testimonial. This one, let me share with you. Okay, once upon a time in the Sunshine Continent, okay, I used to have a neighbor, okay, and that neighbor, I used to work night shift and day shift sometimes. Around 10 o'clock, we'd hear beatings. There was domestic violence in that house. This woman used to scream almost at least once or twice a week. How many of you have had that case? Lift your hands. Lift your hands. So if that neighbor, I didn't know who she was. Now looking back, we just mind our own business and we know that there's abuse. Generally speaking, our culture, we don't go digging into people's lives. Or maybe we think it's normal, but that woman used to be beaten. Oh, let me not say, let me not assume that she was being beaten. Janet can go many places here. I don't know. Maybe they were having a good time. Me, I don't know. I was young. I don't know, but I just remember. So anyway, they can come to neighbors. They can write a letter. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And that letter will specify. So think of these applications like human beings who have to give evidence. If you are in the same shoe, what would you have said? Right? What would you have said? I went to the embassy those days, 2003. They did not have computers. My application was paper. Sometimes you don't have, so you have to find someone that was in the same department with you who can write a letter to say the same story. Okay, now that is just part of evidence. That is a good application when you think ahead of time and anticipate where you see gaps. If you see you do not have a job, right? Do you have enough savings in the circle? Do you have enough savings somewhere? Do you have an uncle who's been sponsoring you? Do you have an inheritance coming? So with that inheritance, can you use that as a reason to come and visit sometimes? You might not have a job, but based on what you're telling me, I can say that this is a well-off person. This person doesn't even need a job. Okay? So you need to know who you are. You need to know who you are and what are these things that you can face. One thing I've come to realize is we refuse to face the truth. I love you, I love you, I love you. Why? And I don't blame us, because sometimes we know that someone else went through successfully. They didn't have to prove all these things. So you always think you'll be the one. I'll be the one. I'll be the one. I'll be the one who will be lucky. Even me, I want to take that route. I'll be the one who is lucky. But go there as the one who will be lucky, but also be prepared. Be prepared to know who you are and what are these weaknesses. And if they ask you, please think like a lawyer. Think like someone who is in that shoe. What am I saying to convince them? But again, that was those days. Okay. Now, in this day and age, please, there are computers. Don't let the agent say you are married when you are not married. Don't let the agent lie to you that let's just put travel history when you haven't traveled. Am I talking to someone? Am I talking to someone? I love you, I love you, I love you. As you all know, I'm one of those people who has advocated that, the more people in the community we have helping applications, the better. But can they do the right thing? Okay. And as I said, some of us, we are quick to blame the agents, but we love them. Okay. We love them because, they are helping us. So let's just love them, but the right way. How? By owning your own information. If someone makes for you a Canadian application, be ready to own the information. The account is yours. So I've never understood these people that say, I don't even have access to my account. I don't know the passwords. Or someone made my application for me for the green card. Now they are refusing to help to open this. Oh, my agent said I'm married. I am married. You don't know that at this time it looks good and you might come through. You will forget, or you don't know what the agent said. When you reach America, you're claiming a second marriage. It will be seen as polygamy. And it is innocent. It's because you don't know what the agent put in your application. Raise your standards. Raise your thinking. Raise your standards. I love you, 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 I love you. Raise your standards. Okay, we are going to raise our standards. We are going to think. Think long term. You think today, you think today, you think today. Tomorrow will be difficult. Okay, but okay. Some, they're like, hey, you may say, Jali Bora nimefika. Eh, I hear you. I love you so much. Okay, the Kenyans had that one. I love you, I love you, I love you. Bora nimefika. Tap tap tap. Bora nimefika. I know, I get it. Okay, can I just say hi to Zimbabwe? My lovely people from Zimbabwe, those ones have a special place in my heart too. Okay, I love you, all of you from everywhere. Thank you for always watching. So let us own the information. That is a good application, is knowing who you are. Okay, if you didn't make the application, what did the agent say about your marriage? What did the agent say about your children? What did the agent say about your previous travel? Okay, I've seen a scenario where the embassy has actually given someone a visa. Before they leave the window, they retracted. You know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, travel history, lost passport, not adding up. Do you see what I mean? So if you have travel history, let us have a previous visa. If you get a visa, take pictures, document, print. But above all, please know what is in your application. What was your mother's name in the application? I'm saying this, we might think it's a joke, but it's true. It's true. What did the agent say? Okay, did the agent say your mother is not in America and your mother is in America? And if they said your mother is not in America, what is the name of your true mother in the application? I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you too. In the comment section, what is your mother? Who is your dad? Is your dad alive or not? Do you have brothers and sisters? Where are those brothers? Are they in America or they are here? I mean, they're back home. These things will come. You'll come to America, you'll ask for more benefits. And these stories will have to work together, work in unison, please. So work with yourself, give good applications, give credible applications. But some of us cannot. We are not computer savvy. So there's a role of the agent. There's a role of the agent in this. But can you take control of your information? Okay? Make it as a rule. Make it as a rule. Any agent that refuses to give you your information, do not work with them. In fact, run. Because this will affect you. It will affect you. Okay, you reach the port of entry, you don't know what you're saying. That's why you see some people have reached the port of entry in Canada, returned. Oh, these agents, no. If you're above 18, you are responsible for your own application. What you forget is, at the end of every application, they ask you, did you make this application yourself? It means you are responsible of the information. Whether someone helped you or not, you should own the information that is in your own application. That is a very, very good application. Going to student visas. Some of you saw the video I made here. It went viral. Okay, it went viral in most platforms. Okay, and some of you think it's true. We just know the right things and how to apply. Okay, there's nothing I say that is not true. There is nothing that is not true. I love you. There are so many things. I love you. I love you. I love you. Okay. J1 visas, it's true. So many people are coming on the page that had never followed me before. I am seeing so many people on J1 visas. So it's good for me to come and make another video as a reminder that if you thought it was a joke, I am seeing many people who are here on J1 visas. Of course, those ones, some countries, they have restrictions. Sometimes they don't have restrictions. Let me give you an example of someone who is from Kenya. Many of them can have a restriction on J1 visa, but you find that a Kenyan who has gone through another embassy through the Middle East, they do not have restrictions on their visa. So I do not know how that works. Okay, but I'm just telling you. But mostly people from other countries, Tanzania, you find Zambia, Zimbabwe, South Africa, they do not have restrictions on J1 visas. So it just depends. Okay, it just depends. So that way, when they come, if the employer loves them, they can always extend the DS 160. Okay, I know some of you that have never followed Janet. This is Greek. Okay, yes, J1 is very available. Normally, think of young people in their 20s. Okay, and 29. 35 is a stretch. Okay, unless you're teachers. But even with teaching, J1 generally is for cultural exchange programs run by the State Department. Whoever is sponsoring you has to be certified by the State Department and actually listed in the State Department. So employers use those sponsors. Who is the sponsor? The person who understands the J1 laws and regulations. And they'll work closely with the employer so that when you come, the employer is just focused on giving you internship. And then the sponsor is the one that is going to manage to make sure you're doing the right hours. You're supposed to exit, or you're supposed to reduce something, you're supposed to extend. It depends on the sponsor. Okay, so who are these sponsors? They prepare something called DS 2019, just the same way we get the I-20 for student F1. Okay, For J1, you will produce something called the DS 2019. It's a working visa for students, interns. We have many, many categories on J1. Let's say a young woman, 22, they can ask for something we call au pair. Au pair, you come and help. You go to homes, you share your culture as you help, elderly people, young people in the home. They learn about your country, you learn about them. Very nice. Okay. Some companies can sponsor the whole trip and some will not. So if the employer is not willing to sponsor, is not willing to sponsor the trip, then the sponsor himself has to ask you money directly. And then they will prepare the DS 2019. They'll give you a working visa for maybe 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. It depends with your pocket and how much experience you want. And you can come to America, work in a hotel as an intern. You can come and work as a trainee. Before you graduate, I would recommend after graduation. After graduation, you fall under now trainee. Interns are the ones who, before you graduate, okay, you come as a J1 intern. After graduation, now you come as a J1 trainee, okay? And people in agriculture, we know them here. They are here in plenty. Yeah, they are here. Those ones I know now, all universities there, no Janet Rangi. And you here in many. Kissi University, they are attached to some places. We have JKU Art, there's in some places. Egerton is attached to some places. Makerere is attached. But one thing with J1 visa, some of them make it like you have to be so educated. The J1 visa is just for any certificate. I worked with a client who only needed it was a certificate program in the streets of Nairobi. And she was working in one of the local restaurants, those small ones that you'll never know, small hotels somewhere in the central inside. And all she was doing is to clean beds and make sure that the bed sheets are clean, assign room numbers and all that. That is experience. You know how to serve the guests. You know how to show them the room. You want to make sure the room is airy and clean. That is J1 experience. That is hospitality. She got a hospitality job in Atlanta, you see, and she came to work as an intern. Not just she. So I'm just giving you an example. We have some who have university education. We have some from Utalii College. No problem. They just need a certificate, a diploma, anything that is recognized by your own country. Okay, it's not these humongous degrees that you have to get a J1 trainee program. And if the employer pays the sponsor, you do not have to pay anything. But if the employer is not paying the sponsor, you'll have to pay the sponsor to prepare for you the paperwork. And which paperwork is this? Employer job offer. Number 2 is the DS 2019. DS 2019 is what you carry and take to the embassy after you fill in the application for J1 visa. The first thing at the window, they're asking you, where is your DS 2019? All right. You also have to pay service fees. All right. Those are interns. You can come as camp counselors. You can come as teacher trainee programs. You can come as university professors on J1 visas. All these things are available and they are jobs. You don't even have to have a bank statement. You just want American experience. Those are the avenues that people come through. Okay, they don't have a bank statement. The embassy approves this in bigger numbers. Why? Because normally there's a home residency requirement. I think it shows them that this client honestly has the intent of going for internship and going back home. Okay, that's from experience, they've been getting them in big numbers. And also employers need help. Employers here can make use of interns. Honestly, interns can really make a difference. Not only are they making a difference the right way, they are here legally, doing things the legal way. Okay, so J1 is something you want to invest. If you are one of those people who want your child to invest in international experience, hospitality, I'm talking about chefs, these people that know how to make coffee, you have fancy names. Okay, cake decoration, but mostly front office. Front office, very important, good communication skills. You can work very well under pressure. You are picking this call. Hey, can you hold on, please? Yes, room 24. Yeah, sorry, we can't reveal the client's name. I'm sorry about that. Did you pay online? Oh, sorry, you can just go to the website on www. Yes, if you have any question, please call us. Thank you, bye. Okay, what were you saying? That is American life, okay? If you are coming to America thinking you are coming to enjoy here, we earn, but we earn after sweating nicely, of course. You have to raise your standards, There's no hey, okay, enjoy when you can. Ask those who are here. They have dollars, but they have to follow standards. Okay, that is just the truth. Okay, so J1 visas, we have interns, we have trainees, we have camp counselors, we have au pair, we have teachers, we have university professors who can just get a work permit through J1 visas. And J1, you can come with your spouse. You can come with your spouse. Some sponsors are very strict, so you need to know who you are working with. Some sponsors, I can tell you, are not very friendly. You understand? I don't know why they are not friendly. I don't know. Personally, I would rather be friendly. Okay, you will think like they're offering something out of this world. I think they should be friendly. Okay, I think I've seen some of you come with questions and you can see how the letter was worded. You're like, I mean, even if the client is not informed, you don't have to misuse them. You know, when I first came to this country, I was so nice. You know, when we are back home, we are very innocent and sweet. So if someone spoke to me rudely, I will not even I will not capture. I will be very clueless. Before we know it, we are laughing. It's because I was clueless. But now, as soon as I pick a phone, I can tell a rude person. So I've promised myself never to be rude to people. Hi, nice, thank you. Hey. So be that way, okay? All right, so J1, you can come with your spouse. The law allows you. Will the sponsor that you are working with allow you? No, probably not, because maybe they have rooms and the room is just for a single person. So you can't be saying, can I come with my wife and children? You might not be a good, what I say, you are not a good fit for that one. Maybe teachers, you might have a good fit because you bring your husband and children. It's called J2 visa. So when they're preparing the DS 2019, they will prepare for you, the primary applicant, and then they'll also prepare J2 for the kids and the spouse. J2 spouse can work. As soon as they come here, they can ask for a work permit and they can work anywhere. But the law says they cannot use that money to support the J1. Okay. But yes, they will give a work permit. So if the contract is 5 years for the J1, then you can keep on renewing the work permit to make sure that you work. As long as the J1 spouse is here, you can also work and live here in America on J1, and the kids can go to school. So consider yourself. Okay, what have you done? A certificate, a diploma, a degree in agriculture, beekeeping is a good one. Wine making is a good one. Okay, turf. You know, these the football stadiums and the golf courses. If you know how to maintain that kind of grass, the watering, cutting grass to make it look very nice. Fact, that's so you have a good certificate. You understand dairy. You keep chickens. You want to come and learn how to keep chicken in big numbers. Bruce should have come in this video. If I saw him, I would invite him. Bruce came to the United States because he wanted to learn the strategies of keeping chicken. And he had to prove how he knows how to keep 100 chicken or 50 chicken. But he wanted to learn a skill of how to have millions of birds. That's how they call them. I want to know how to manage millions of birds. Do you understand? I used to have a client who used to tell me how he's stressed at work. I say, what do you do? I'm a manager of a farm. What do you do in management? She said, Janet, I am, like I can't keep up. I don't have enough farm workers. And then also dairy, I have to keep up with the numbers. What are these numbers? He will tell me I have to make sure each cow produces this number of gallons per day. If the cow does not produce, it's off to the slaughterhouse and we are replacing it. They count up to the one cow. How much can one cow produce? That is how you maintain profits and good business. So that kind of stress. So you are coming to learn how to make profits. In dairy farming, it's not a joke. Don't come here with joking of 2 cattle. Don't come here thinking 200 cattle is anything. You want you to learn how to manage a million herd. Okay, if you're chicken, you're thinking in terms of maintaining, that's how we improve. Okay, raise your standards, raise your, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Okay, so student visas, when you come, it's about the bank statement. They will look, are you able to afford? Are you able to afford? One thing I hear about students is, can I come with my family? The law says yes. Okay, I can give you some of the examples I've seen when you're bringing your spouse. I've seen people who've been here, and let's say they've gone to school, they finished the first semester, they have passed grades, they have good grades. I love you in the comment section, and they've paid fees. When they invite the spouse back home, I see success. What is the embassy looking at? The ability to pay. The student stayed in class. The student is doing what they promised to do, and it just shows some consistency. If you start thinking like that, you'll find yourself here. I'm just telling you, good applications, great, credible applications. People that come on a visit visa. And they come and they go. They come and they go. When it expires, they just renew online. Okay. But if I see, you come and then you don't go back, and then you're sending your other spouse to go to the embassy, they say, oh, at first we thought this person was serious because she had the previous history, travel history. She looked like she had good payments, but look, now she's sending the husband and kids to follow. Now we are becoming suspicious. Do you see? And like a couple that is working together, they have extra money, they want to go together as a group, I mean, a spouse, they want to go for vacation, it makes sense. So all these things, always think beyond the box. If you think nicely, put in more work. Of course, some of you come to janetrangi67@gmail.com. janetrangi67@gmail.com if you want us to slice and dice. Happy New Year, Ruth. Okay, we slice and dice, slice and dice, and come up with a picture that you can see clearly, okay, based on education, based on experience. Okay, no more guesswork, no more guesswork. I love you, I love you, I love you. And Sam is in the comment section for some of you that you want to go and leave anything. This year we are going to streamline ourselves and say, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What can you do to build on your strengths? What did the embassy say? Okay, it means they had a problem. How can we work on that? So when you go back, they ask you what has changed. You should be prepared to tell them what has changed. Okay, so that's how we are going to approach all the visit visas. Look, think like that. All the student visas, think like that. All the J1 visas, think like that. And congratulations to the H1B visas. Think like that. Okay, those ones are becoming common. Okay, as a matter of fact, today a client was just giving her testimonial. She's here to see me because of the sister. She's happy. She's a teacher on H1B. And H1Bs can be very quick. Okay, so that is becoming a very popular category for H1B visa is quick. And I'm working to bring that information so that more of you look at it, because visit visas are becoming tricky. Okay, they are not trusting you a lot. Okay, because sometimes it looks like a shortcut, even if your intent is to actually come and see your sister and go back. Okay, but if you start thinking long term, let the job support you, let the school support you. I think we have a bigger success. EB3 is on another level. Okay, those ones, the employers are serious. You put in the work, the employer puts in the work. When you go to the embassy, the paperwork has already been approved in the United States. Okay, so we are going to think bigger. We are going to think good applications, credibility. Let me build on what I have. Not let me avoid. Not let me lie. Let me run away. They will not see. Do you think they will know? Do you think they will see? Do they see? Okay, they see. They see. Okay, I'm sure most of you with your training, what you do every day, you can see. If you can see, they can see it. Okay, I love you, I love you, I love you. What have I not said? Thank you so much, by the way, for some of you who are sending referrals. I wrote on the page, I mean it. Okay, I mean it. There's one client that things didn't work out. Isn't it? This is how amazing things can be. There's this client that things did not work. This is the client that has sent me the most number of referrals. What does it say? And I mean, she has not given up, but she's the one that has sent the most referrals. Even the people who have succeeded probably have nothing close to this. You understand? So that makes me happy. One day, 2 days ago, I woke up and guess what was on my text message? One of you, I read, "Good morning, Janet. I'm just praying that your business succeeds." Do you see? Do you see? Do you see? Okay. That is just when you do credible work, people will give you room. I love you so much for the support, for always following, for always having the kind words, and for the support. It's not easy, but someone has to be in this chair to help us succeed. Okay, take the beating sometimes. Sometimes I take the beatings. Sometimes people go and impersonate me on Telegram, and then clients come, Janet, someone is in, and I'm like, relax. Relax, we know how to deal with them. Okay, I cannot come and destabilize the whole group here telling them be careful, be careful. No, as we have something that works. janetrangi67@gmail.com. If you go to janetrangi.com, it has never experienced any problem. Yes, even the immigration struggles, I see them on Twitter writing, do not be careful with fake websites. They struggle also. Okay, big names in America, they struggle also. So you cannot live by that. You as an individual, be careful. Be careful when you hear Janet saying, Janet Rangi, 667@gmail.com. You'll see me even I don't go to inbox. There's a reason for that. Okay, there's a reason. It's to protect you, because I know once I speak with you and you have interest, I will direct you and you will see exactly that, this link I've gotten it directly from Janet. And that way you can have peace of mind. You do not have to release your savings or something and then you start panicking. The worst thing we want is for a client to panic. And yes, some of them have panicked. Okay, I've seen on Telegram, they closed you, right? They closed you. This time it was a female. Okay, Telegram has closed you. Don't do that. And don't do that. And I spare them because I never come to announce their names, because I know plus their names. But I'm compiling the list. It's about 5. One day I'll just come here and you'll hear. Joel so and so. The number is Safaricom 0722547. Don't do that. Don't do that. But because Telegram takes care of that, they are kicked out. You understand? Security. And then we take you to Safaricom and cancel and all those, they block you for life. Don't do that. This day and age, banking and everything has become a very, very serious business. Don't do that. Okay. Facebook has tried. These days, even if you go trying my name, I think it's very difficult. So I see some of you trying me coming there. Facebook deals with you. They kick you out. So we know how to go about it. What we cannot do is to come and scare people. Yeah, don't do this. No. Janet Rangi 67@gmail.com. Okay, so that way you are working with Janet. If you have any questions, clarifications, some of you come because you are denied a visa. We go and we review the DS-160. What did you say? What should you have said? What do you have? What don't you have? Then we design a plan and say, no, I think this is where you should have gone stronger before you go back. Don't just be nervous and you run. I was denied. Now you have the experience. You want to run back, but then when they ask you what has changed, you cannot. These are the common mistakes I see, and I don't want to keep you here long. Communication skills. Okay. Being able to articulate your points. All right. It's very important. We see that weakness. We see the weakness of traveling history. We see the weakness of finances. We see the weakness in how you answer the question, because those 2 minutes are everything sometimes. We see the weakness, and then now we can prepare you nicely to make yourself a little bit, package yourself nicely so that when you go back, you look stronger. Okay. I feel like we need to start practicing on talking skills. Okay. That is a big deal. All right. So thank you so much. I know I mumbled. I love you so much for always following, for subscribing. These days, I don't even ask you. Some of you have never subscribed, but if we appreciate if you do, okay? It just makes us grow stronger. Who is that? Bitange Bosiro is like, Janet, you are a gem. I love you so much for all your comments and for always following. What are you going to do for the weekend? And by when is today? Saturday? Oh, okay. It looks like tomorrow you can sleep in late. I love you so much, okay? I will see you in the next video. Go working on student visas. Student, you can come F1, F2. J1, you can come J1, J2. And also H1B, you can come H1B and H4. And all those, I'll be talking about these things as the year goes by. Invest in consultations for your education, for your visas, for everything, because we draw a roadmap. Even those here in America, they need internships. We need to start talking to employers to give people internship. Why are they desperate? You see? Yeah, EB2s are becoming a reality to most people. Instead of just waiting for the H1B lottery, okay, when there are other kinds of H1B you can utilize, and also there's this EB2 that you can utilize, and on the biggest EB3 for both skilled and unskilled workers. All of them need American employers to give you an American job offer. I will see you in the next video. Merci beaucoup. Asanteni sana. Muchas gracias. Adios. I will see you in the next video. Okay, guys, I love you so much. Ending. Bye-bye. I'm checking out. See